Hello, everybody. So I'm happy to have a chance to share with you today on DevOps for Salesforce. And the full title of this talk is Why the Business Has Been Bypassing IT for Decades, but is now in way over their heads, and how you can help without going insane. My name is Andrew Davis. I'm a Senior Director of Research and Innovation at Copado. I'm also the author of the book, Mastering Salesforce DevOps. So I want to level set. I want to make sure that everybody here knows what Salesforce is, how it works, basically why it exists, and why you should care. So I want to go over upfront Salesforce, the business, the technology, the acquisitions, the community, the parties, the mascots, and the real estate. So I want to start first of all with sales. Why sales? Salesforce. You're not in sales. Why do you care? So why do you start with sales? Why did they start with sales, and why does it matter? First of all, profit. Let's start with profit. To get profit, you need revenue. To get revenue, you need sales. To get sales, you need customer data. And to get customer data, you need a Rolodex. And if you want something that's a little bit easier to update than a Rolodex, you can use Microsoft Excel. So this is the origins and the roots of Salesforce. But prior to Salesforce, people had realized that maybe there were better ways because there were issues with the data, attrition. Salespeople would leave and they would take the Rolodexes with them. And they would entropy, people, take the Rolodexes, they get wet in the rain and so forth. And there's management. Management wants to see the data. They want to see the customer information, and more importantly, they want to see your forecast. So they want to get all that data in one system, and that system came to be called a customer relationship management system, CRM, and the famous players prior to Salesforce was Oracle and Siebel, and then Oracle bought Siebel. So customer relationship management. I want to explain to you how to get started with Oracle or Siebel in less than 3 years and under $5 million. So first of all, you need to start with budget, CapEx, capital expenditure. You need to get all the money committed up front. And then you need to get time and attention from IT. This is an actual diagram of an actual IT org right here. And then you need to install the CRM, which involves a lot of CD-ROM disks. And then you need to host your on-premise CRM, which involves a lot of servers. But Salesforce comes along and they think, we got a clever disruptive idea. What we're going to do is we're going to set this up so you only have to pay monthly or yearly with a monthly pricing point. That's operational expenditures, not CapEx. And even better, you can bypass IT, which, as we all know, is the root of all trouble and delays, is the IT team. And there's no software. There's not going to be any software, and there's not going to be any servers. So who wouldn't love it? So Salesforce was pushing the cloud before the cloud was cool. This is 1999. These people are in the cloud way early. And so summarizing the benefits of Salesforce, they host all the infrastructure. There's no AWS, there's no GCP or whatever that you have to deal with. Major upgrades 3 times a year. They provide the support, the security, training, all that stuff. Application itself, built in, out of the box, addresses most of the common needs, and it is highly customizable. It just got a lot more customizable over the years. So I started with the question, why start with sales? But then the question becomes, why stop with sales? Things have worked so well so far. There is one negative byproduct of sales, and that is that it generates customers. And the problem with customers, as everybody knows, is that they complain. And so you need customer support. So what Salesforce did is they thought, we'll help with the customer support as well. We'll provide a service cloud. But then they got an even better idea. It's very hard to provide customer support. Let's let the customers support each other. Let's have a community supported by the Salesforce Experience Cloud where the customers can help each other and get all the information they need. And since it's going so well, let's get earlier in the whole process and let's get some prospects with the Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So as you can tell, Salesforce is really spread out to address a whole lot of the business needs. And Salesforce has done a really good job with this. They've received a lot of industry accolades and are leaders in many categories. A highly regarded company, very successful financially, and high customer loyalty. Not only was Salesforce pushing the cloud from way back in the day, they were pushing low code. Nowadays, everybody's talking about low code, but Salesforce has been in this business for a good long while. So understanding low code, first of all, think about traditional application development. The way this works is you want to build your awesome app, you need to start with some custom code and infrastructure. That costs some money. And you need software developers, and they cost a lot of money, right? And they need a computer science degree from a reputable university, and that costs a bunch of money as well. But Salesforce had the idea, hey, we bypassed IT once before, let's bypass them again. Let's do the Salesforce development the low-code way, clicks, maybe a little bit of code. And for that purpose, you can use a Salesforce admin. Now, you do need to pay them money as well, but it's less than you would typically pay a full software developer. And partly because they come from non-traditional backgrounds. It's a good compromise. They can get paid more to be a Salesforce admin, than in their previous job, but less than a full software developer. And there's no university degree necessarily required. You can get trained on Salesforce's own training platform, Trailhead, for free. Now, there's one thing that I should mention is that you do also want to pay Salesforce a bunch of the money. So if you were wondering what to do with that excess cash, Salesforce has a suggestion. So custom application is, I believe, the fun part of it all. And this is the way it works in Salesforce. You've got a customizable database. You can build business process automation. There's graphical tools to build the business processes. There's code methods to do it. Customizable UI, again, with graphical methods or code-based methods. But also there's a huge application ecosystem. It's a business app store. And that's a quite cutting edge back in the early 2000s when they started this program. The applications can have all of these aspects just built in naturally. And if that's not enough for you, you still need something more clever, then you've got a robust versioned API that you can use to plug in your external systems. I mentioned these Salesforce admins. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the community and the culture and the world that Salesforce has built up around them. And I really mean a world. It is huge. Dream